Good afternoon, students. So this is for the Google Meet for noon Saturday for English 105. So I'm going to go over a few major points for you for the week 2 assignment. So basically for your week 2 forum, all you have to do is talk about the global reasons why you want to do research. In other words, the big picture. Why do you want to do research? What is it about writing process that makes you want to do research? And then also the local picture or the local reasons of why you want to do research, such as your punctuation, APA formatting, that sort of thing. So that's it for your week 2 forum. You can also discuss in the week 2 forum what research topic are you going to talk about for your week 2 assignment. In other words, what research topic are you interested in researching? And so the research topic that you can choose should be something that's related to your major. So since for example, I'm an English teacher, I also teach English as a second language. So I would choose something like bilingual education versus English only education. So that would be the topic of my paper that I would do research on, because I'm an ESL teacher. If say you want to be a cancer doctor, you would choose something related to oncology or cancer. If you're going to be a psychologist, if you're going to be a psychology major, you would choose something related to psychology, such as mental health, the stigma of mental health. That would be the topic of your paper. If you're going to be a biology major, you would choose something about global warming and how to sustain the planet. So for your week 2 discussion, you can talk about what research topic you're interested in writing about, as well as what are the goals of writing your research paper, and what are your global goals as well as your local goals, such as the big picture and the small picture. You could also discuss what difficulties do you have in APA, and what video topics would you like me to create for you. That way I can create stuff that would be suited just for you and based on what it is that you need to know. Then for your week 2 assignment, you are going to answer the questions. What do you want to research? What is your major? Pretty much something similar to the week 2 discussion. And then you're going to find 3 credible sources. So in order to find credible sources, you want to use KAPOW. The C in KAPOW means how current is your article. Is your article within 10 years? A, author. Is the article written by an expert? P, purpose. Is the article an ad? If the article is an advertisement, then it's not a credible source. Wikipedia is also not a credible source because it lacks APA in-text citations, and anybody can upload any information to Wikipedia. So we don't use Wikipedia as a credible source. Instead, we use peer-reviewed articles from our online library, or we use Google Scholar. O in KAPOW stands for objectivity. You want to make sure that the article is not an advertisement, because if it's an advertisement, then that means that the advertiser will lie to you about its product, exaggerate the facts just to get you to buy the product. So O has to do with objectivity. It means that the article is non-biased and that the writer has no agenda, unlike an advertiser. So therefore, you want something that is unbiased, such as .org, any website that ends in .org or .gov or .edu that talks only about medical facts, educational facts, and facts that are unbiased to the reader. So O stands for objectivity, where the author talks about both sides of an issue. And later in the class, we're going to learn how to write a counter-argument, a paragraph, and a rebuttal paragraph, so that our argumentative papers are also unbiased and objective. Because when your papers and when the source is objective and talks about both sides of an issue, then that makes what you're writing about credible and balanced and fair. And note, most TV stations are all biased. They're either biased to the left or biased to the right. So then W in KAPOW stands for writing style. Writing style means does the article have any grammar mistakes? Does the article have proper essay structure? Does the article look professional? Does the article have credentials? And so that's how you can tell writing style has to be professional. So that's how you evaluate sources on the web, is you use KAPOW. Currency, C, author, A, P, purpose, O, objectivity, W, writing style. And so you're going to find 3 credible sources for the part 1 version of the week 2 assignment. You're going to answer the questions where the questions will ask you, why are you doing this research and how does this topic relate to your major? And then you're going to find the 3 credible sources. So that's going to be part 1 of your assignment. And then after you find the 3 credible sources, you're going to summarize each article as just like in an annotated bibliography. If you want to see what an APA paper looks like, you can download Diana Hacker sample APA paper. You Google those exact words, Diana Hacker sample APA paper, and then you can see for yourself what references, citations look like, what do reference APA in-text citations look like, that sort of thing. So I will go into more detail. So you can also, when you answer the questions, you can also use APA in-text citations to back up what you're saying. And so an APA in-text citation is a citation that occurs inside the body of your body paragraph. And so if you have a direct quote, that means that you cite the source word per word exactly as the source is written. So if you're using a direct quote, then you put in quote, a beginning quotation mark and an ending quotation mark, and then you put in parentheses the author's name, the date, and the page number. If you summarize the cite, if you summarize the quote in your own words, that's known as a paraphrase quote. And so a paraphrase quote is when you summarize something in your own words, but you still have to cite the source. So then for a paraphrase quote, you write in the author name and the date. You don't need the quotation marks and you don't need the page number. So, and then a block quotation is when you have more than 3 lines in a citation. Then you have to indent that block quotation and use single space, and so that a block quotation is its own paragraph. And so when you write your 3 credible sources, you need to use left hanging indent. So go to YouTube and then type in left hanging indent to find out how to do a left hanging indent. In your email, I have already emailed you a sample annotated bibliography, and I emailed you a sample how this assignment looks from a previous student. So if you have any questions, you can always email me for more information. And so here I'm going to show you on my screen what to expect for your week 2. I'm not going to go over all of it. So here you have APA, American Psychological Association. Direct quote, 70% of Americans who smoke die of lung cancer. So here you would have here the author, the date, and the page number. Paraphrase quote is when I summarize 70% of Americans who smoke die of lung cancer. Most Americans who start smoking at a young age have a short lifespan due to lung cancer. So I said this in my own words, but you still have to cite the source as author and date. Then the reference citation is at the end of your paper, where you have the author name, last name, first name, then the date, then the name of your article, italicized, and Centers for Disease Control website, name of the website or name of the journal, the date you retrieved the website, and then the web address. And then an annotated bibliography is simply, that means that you put the summary of what that article is about. So here you would write, in this article, Smith talks about why smokers need to quit smoking, and this article talks about the dangers of smoking. So you can write 2 or 3 sentences about what this article is about. And then you just put the summary in between the list of your articles. And if you want a sample annotated bibliography, I will gladly send you one. Then you're going to answer a bunch of questions like, why did you choose this? Similar to the week 2 discussion. Why did you choose this topic? What are your local goals and your global goals for research? Why you want to do the research? So just answer those questions, and then that's it. And then here is a little extra lesson about how do I insert APA in-text citations into my article, into my body paragraph. So we use pie structure. And so the P means the main point from the thesis. I means 1 in-text citation per paragraph. E means explanation of that in-text citation in 5 sentences. And here is a sample body paragraph. Smoking causes lung cancer. So P, main point from thesis. Then I, in-text citation. 70% of Americans who smoke die of lung cancer. And so here you have a direct quote, and then you have this is known as an in-text citation, where I put the beginning parentheses, the end parentheses, and then I put in the author, the date, and the page number. So in a body paragraph, you have P, the main point from the thesis, I, 1 in-text citation, and then E, explanation of that in-text citation in 5 sentences. So the majority of Americans who start smoking at a young age lead a very short life. Smoking is the #1 cause of lung cancer, which is a preventable cancer if people do not smoke. If a teenager is offered a cigarette from another teen, then that teen should say no and refuse that cigarette to prevent lung cancer and to lead a long life. So then you write 5 sentences about the significance of that in-text citation. So that's how you would insert an in-text citation into a body paragraph. You would have P for main point, 1 in-text citation, and then 5 sentences that describe that in-text citation. Now you can use this pie structure body paragraph for any assignment, for any essay that you write. You can even use this pie structure for what you write in your forums. So that ends this very short essay lecture about week 2 of your assignments. And if you have any questions, you can always email me. So have a great week, and have a great week too.